So let's talk a little bit about the Datapel system and exactly how it helps you guys. Okay, we basically have various versions of our software. We have some starter editions. We have editions for those companies who do manufacturing as well. So actually producing goods. Our system handles manufacturing and kitting, and is designed specifically or primarily for wholesale distributors with a manufacturing back end if they need it. Okay, which is why we have our enterprise product and our professional product. For those who are just purely distribution and doing kitting, you can basically just go with the Pro version. If you do have a manufacturing aspect to your business and you do require auditable batch tracking and so forth, particularly relevant in the pharmaceuticals and food production, then the Enterprise Edition is definitely where you need to be. Okay, let's just talk about how we break out our feature set, if you like. So for a wholesale distribution and manufacturing business, these are the areas that we think are, if you like, the pillars of success and the features that you need to run an efficient operation. Okay, so customer service and order workflow, very important to be able to coordinate and see the visibility as orders move through the fulfillment process, the pick, pack, ship process. Okay, and being able to give information back to customers, being able to allocate orders and making sure that customers actually get their stock. Okay, obviously warehouse management is another very large aspect of it. Purchasing, reporting, and manufacturing and kitting. Okay, I'm going to drill down to each one of these. But before I do, what I want to do is, I know a lot of you maybe have not seen the software at all, so I just want to jump straight in and give you a quick view of the system. Okay. I'm not going to go into it in detail because what we'd like to do is obviously have an opportunity to maybe meet with you guys one-on-one and obviously directly look at your needs. But right now what I want to do is just have you a quick look at how the software looks and how it sort of performs. Okay. So you'll notice that the way the system's laid out is we have a register area at the top here where we have the modules, if you like. So we have our items list like MYOB does have an item list. We have our sales register, a dispatch register, which is new. We have the ability to transfer stock as a transfer register, and we also have the assemblies area, which is for the manufacturers. Okay. Now we've tried to keep it similar to MYOB in its sort of general look, but obviously modernize it quite a lot. And the idea is it's easy to navigate and easy to find your products, and of course deal with the additional complexities of a multi-location warehousing operation. So here you can see that by clicking on an item, I can actually see the detail below without having to drill in and out of items all the time. So we're trying to make things more efficient for you. Let's just click into an item. So you can obviously click into an item and you'll see that the information that you have in your MYOB system is all there, but we obviously support things that you guys need, which is like barcoding, inner barcodes, outer barcodes, supplier barcodes, things like that. The whole point of our system is to give you a sort of like a full view of an item. So see everything that you need to see around an item. So in this case, I'm just showing you some attachments. Here I can get a breakdown by location of what's available by product. We can specify by location where the bin locations are, what are our minimum holding units, and of course our maximum holding units, which is probably one of the more important things because obviously when we do reordering strategies, we like to be able to reorder to our maximum levels. Here I can see for a particular item, I get great visibility into exactly where this item's committed, which orders this item's on hold for, and very quickly I can see the history of an item or the movement of an item, and I can see that by location, I can see that by bin area. So there's a lot of visibility into your stock, and this is one of the key areas that is really required by a warehousing distribution operation. Just allowing it to move on, and I'm hoping it's keeping up with where I'm at. Obviously, the system allows you to have user-defined fields as well, because obviously, as you grow, people like to define their products in a lot more detail. Our system also provides a lot better pricing options as well. So we have up to 26 price levels, and of course we support special pricing, contract pricing, promotional pricing, and things like that as well. Inbuilt in the system is barcoding, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on. In general, like I said, the sales register for our system, like MYOB, gives you a lot more feedback on the status of orders, okay? And you'll also notice that we have a different register for the warehouse guys. We have a dispatch register, okay? But, you know, again, our system is designed to find things very quickly and easily. So by clicking on a transaction, I don't need to drill into a transaction just to see what line items are on the transaction. The system will actively tell me what the stock status is. If it's no stock available, it'll tell me, well, I can only ship 30% of this order, okay? And it'll show me exactly which line I'm out of stock on. So the system gives you a lot of visibility into your order status, okay? And I mean, one of the big things with our system is its ability to be able to handle back orders and manage the back orders. All right, let's just, the items list, as you can see, are very similar to MYOB, but we have a lot of options here. Okay, as I said, it was really just to give you a quick overview, a quick look to see exactly what it looks like, how it flows, just to give you an idea of its, you know, the way it presents to you as a user. The system is very easy to use, and obviously it's easy to get your head around how it works because it's been evolved from sort of an MYOB workflow. So it's like taking that next step. So let's just talk about quickly running through the needs of each one of those areas that the warehouse system or our system basically addresses. And you'll probably find that there'll be something listed here that, you know, is really something that is hampering you at the moment, but the system will definitely give you benefit. So let's talk about workflow status. So number one, like I showed you, real-time order status. The system tells you in real time if you can ship an order or you can't ship an order. Okay, with its, you know, NSA status, which is no stock available, and if it is NSA, it will say the whole order can't ship. It will show you the various line items that are not in stock, and if stock does arrive and gets booked in by your warehouse, then the system will automatically identify those orders that were, if you like, on back order and bring them to the top of the list and say these orders can now ship. Okay, so immediately tells you that. There's an approval and order release workflow. So you can actually just right-click on an order and say, I approve this order to be managed by the warehouse. And there it goes. Off it goes out to the warehouse. Okay. There might be reasons why you want to hold orders up, waiting for payments, things like that. You know what I mean? Waiting to hear back to clarify an order or get final confirmation, but you need to have the order in the system. So these sort of workflows basically allow you to become more responsive to your customers' needs and also your own needs in terms of how you deal with, you know, allocating your stock to different customers. I think one of the biggest areas, obviously, that our system works with is back orders. The ability to be able to show which orders are, you know, what percentage of an order is in stock and what percentage of an order is not in stock is great for you being able to do split shipping. So at the end of the month, where you might be thinking, I want to basically try and make my targets, you don't want to be having orders sitting there which are 90% able to ship, where you're waiting for a $5 item, but yet you could ship 95% of the order. Okay, and the system clearly shows you that. Obviously, inventory allocation again is a big one. Being able to pick and hold stock. Creating locations and dealing with consignment locations. Customer service, you know, means that you can deliver one-to-one pricing schedules to your individual customers or special customers. the system can handle that, no problems. Returns management. There is no real returns process or RMA process in your current MYB system. So there is no way of knowing what to do with products or when, are we returning against an order. It's very, you have to develop your own. Our system provides you a template for that. So let's move on. Okay, so one more thing I want to show you. The WMS has, as I mentioned to you before, has many modules. One of the modules that we have is our online account inquiry, okay? So we allow your customers to actually log on and see their own account details, okay? They can actually see what their orders are that are in progress. They can see what orders need to be paid. They can see your product list, okay? You can actually include, like in this case, this customer's included a Twitter feed. So they can, you're creating almost like a B2B relationship with your customer, okay? And they can even place orders online as well. So that means you don't have to actually enter them in yourself. These are all optional modules. You don't have to take them up, but we want to make sure that they're all there for you guys as you grow, okay? So warehouse management needs. Well, obviously, we're all about trying to provide you a template for best practice, okay? We want to show you how to basically deliver the best return on your labor and your systems that you can. So we're all about best practice. Our system will provide you a directed picking, packing, in that it will, if you're using bins and so forth, it will organize the most efficient walk through the warehouse. Remember, as I said before, nearly 50% of the time of your time costs are in just retrieving products and shipping orders out the door. Any savings you make in there have huge implications in terms of your overall throughput and ability to be able to deliver and scale. The system handles obviously locations. For those in industries that need to be aware of batch numbers and serial numbers and expiry dates, the system handles all those with expiry date reports and full audit tracking. And we are TGA compliant, if that means anything to a lot of people, which is therapeutic goods, which means that for cosmetics and things like that, our system is compliant with a lot of the controls that they require to have within systems. We have a specific register for the warehouse managers. The sales register is not useful for a warehouse manager. They end up having trays of orders ready to pick, orders on back order, orders that they're not sure about. The dispatch register is an electronic version of those trays, okay? It gives them what they need. It allows them to navigate and search through, find out who's the next courier that's coming to pick up, what orders need to be arranged to basically be ready for those guys to pick up. Obviously, the system gives you instant access to picking lists, labels, pallet labels, all those sorts of things are automatic. And of course, you saw earlier on the items, we can attach documents directly to products. So things like packing instructions, product manuals, things like that can all basically be stored and tracked against the item. So there's no wasting time going looking for things. And of course, one of the big areas is the ability to be able to print and scan barcodes directly from the systems using directly from the PC, just using a normal scanner, okay? We do provide a much more advanced scanning system, which works on mobile tablets and PDAs, but you don't have to invest a lot of money to be able to get the benefits of barcode scanning with our system. I just want to show you, effectively out of the box, our system allows you to have a bench scanning process whereby you can scan products to check they're the right product for an order. You can count the products, so you can make sure you're counting the right products into the order just by using the sort of scanner you see at like a Bunnings checkout or something like that, just a cordless scanner. And these scanners are less than $500 each. If you want a tethered scanner, you're looking at less than $100, $150 for some of these scanners. The huge factor of accuracy improvement and time saving when using a scanner, even in this simple method, is quite profound for your business. So it's a great way of getting started down the best practice process of using scanners. Okay. Directed picking, as I said before, in terms of making sure that your workers are as efficient as they can be. Directed picking basically organizes your warehouse by bin locations and guides the workers to basically selecting products in the best order. Okay. Now, there's obviously sometimes rules that you need to put into the system that don't necessarily. Sometimes you need to pick heavier items first, or you want to split the warehouse into pedestrian, non-pedestrian areas. Our system handles that. Our reporting engine and the way that we do all our forms is all done on a system called Crystal Reports. Crystal Reports is basically the industry standard in reporting and gives us the flexibility to be able to customize picking slips to make sure that the retrieval of stock from the warehouse is as efficient as it can be. I did mention that we have a mobile scanning system. We have a mobile scanning system which can be augmented with voice as well, so it can actually be use voice detection. Again, it's an optional module on the system. You can take it on when you need to take it on. I have an example of the screen up in the top corner here. You'll see that it's nice and clear. It's a touch screen. This actually is running on a phone. So it's very portable across tablets, across phones, across Android devices and things like that. So, we can provide a really good solution for a mobile, almost like a warehouse in a box type sort of solution, whereby you can scan and do what you need to do. Okay, so purchasing and replenishment, obviously buying in, using alternate suppliers, receiving using barcodes, and forecasting. So all very important for your type of business. Again, these things are not really supported by your standard accounting system. Manufacturing, obviously our system with manufacturing allows you to create works orders and actually schedule works orders. Your typical accounting system doesn't have that level of planning, of forward scheduling. Okay, kitting is another area that we do, whereby you can just place an item on the sales order and it will automatically explode into its various components. Okay, so saving you time having to key them in, and allowing you to basically have a consistency in the way that you actually create your invoices, showing just sometimes the kit header, not having to show all the components on your sales, but still allowing the warehouse to see all the kitting components. Reporting and dashboards are another really important part of operations. Being able to see exactly what's going on and giving that information across the business helps to keep everyone in touch with what's going on in the business. So we provide obviously the ability to create reports that are customizable. We give you good audit reports so you can see exactly what's been going on in the system. That helps you basically measure and then control what's happening in the system. And at the same time, we give you some very nice dashboards that you can basically customize per user, so you can see what's going on. Okay, so everyone across the business can see what's going on. They can be tailored for warehouse or tailored for sales. It really depends on the role of the worker. Okay, of course you can go even further and have really detailed dashboards with detailed sales analysis, and these are again optional modules of the system. All right, software in general. Let me just summarize, because I know that's covered a lot of areas, but at the end of the day, software is just no substitute for good practice and good workflow. We basically try and do both. We want to provide you a good software system, but at the same time, the people that we work with are there to help, guide you along the way to actually improving your processes. Okay. The things that we do we're obviously following all the trends with WMS, providing a simple experience, giving you lots of information that basically allows you to keep on top of what's going on, dashboards so that everyone can see what's happening in their world. And we try and avoid things that get you into trouble, avoid features that get you into trouble. Negative inventory springs to mind, always gets people into a bit of a quagmire, okay? So what we're sort of saying is, you don't have to throw out your existing MYB system. You can actually really efficiently grow. A lot of your businesses have been around for a while. It is hard to take that next step, but we're certainly here to help with that. So I'm just going to move on to questions because I know we're just about out of time. So if anyone has any questions at the moment, just pop it into the chat window. And basically what we will do is we will send out a copy of this to everyone, and also a link to some other videos related to the various modules, and also some of the presentations, some of the customer presentations that we had at our previous.
All right, I'm going to hand it back to Dean now, and thanks everyone for your attention, and we hope to be speaking with you soon.